We began by asking him if he ever sponsored Mars, the horrorcore rapper. Wow, rapper is really spelled incorrectly. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry for the interlude there. Okay, so we began by asking him if he ever sponsored Mars, the horrorcore rapper whose lyrics are rife with violence towards self and others, especially women. Mars has had to deal with 5 controversial, multiple homicides committed by fans. Without hesitation, both Carlos and the energy drink's general manager, Samantha, replied, no. I said that Mars indicated that he was sponsored by 5150 and even had a photo of himself wearing a Hannibal Lecter mask, standing in front of cases of product as if he was in the warehouse. Samantha said, we have people come by the warehouse all the time, but we never signed an agreement with him. After the meeting, Eve found 2 Facebook screen captures. That's me. One is from the Mars page announcing the sponsorship. The other is from 5150 Energy Drinks page making similar announcement. Eve followed up with Mars directly via Facebook Messenger, and Mars replied that he used to be sponsored by them and that he used to go to their offices all the time, but his extreme lyrics probably put the company off. Now those screenshots and transcript of that conversation can be found in an upcoming or just previous video here on the playlist. Okay, so check that out. So back to this. I then brought up the recent interview of Kelly, however the hell you say her last name, the Foundation's Professional Relations Director, on the cable access show Central Valley Buzz. She said 5150 is a major sponsor, a platinum sponsor of the Race for Autism. I pointed out that her phrasing was disingenuous because the 2 entities are really one and the same. They have the same physical address. The employees of the drink company, including the brand manager, are on the board of directors of the foundation, and Carlos is CEO of the company and president of the foundation. The entities are essentially 2 hands on the same body, clapping each other on the back to mutual benefit. Carlos replied that the foundation has other donors, and for all the fundraisers we do, 5150 is paying for all the advertising, paying for the people to be here, anything to pay to promote the fundraisers. And looking at his referral to all the fundraisers in 2011, 2012, and 2013, the IRS 990 Easy filings indicate that in those years there was a total of 18,392, 21,185, and 18,846 net proceeds raised, and this is not considering the additional expenses incurred by the drink company to market the events. When I told Carlos that the foundation's average cost to raise $1 is 68 cents and that CharityWatch.org would grade that as enough in fundraising efficiency, he said, the language you're talking, I am not an accountant. I have someone that does that. I don't know. When you talk about a certain percentage, you'd have to talk to my bookkeeper. I pressed on, telling him that he needed to understand the numbers because that's how potential donors who were smart with their money would rate his foundation. He could only reply, all I know is that I'm doing good. Then I pressed him for more information about his revenue stream, using 2013 as an example. The IRS 990 Easy filing for that year indicated that organization derived 64% of its revenue from program service revenue. I asked him pointedly what service was the foundation providing and who is benefiting. He replied that he did not know. All I know is that we throw fundraisers, we raise money, we're helping families. You're speaking numbers and it doesn't change what I'm doing. I asked him if he ever thought about having the foundation's books audited. He demonstrated his complete ignorance of nonprofit management by replying, I think being a nonprofit, it's always audited. This is simply not the case. In California, there's no requirement for a nonprofit to have an audit unless gross receipts from private donors are over $2 million or grants from the federal government are over $500,000. I had reviewed his IRS 990 Easy filings for 2011 through 2013 and saw no payments directly to auditors nor in-kind gifts of auditing services. When I told him an audit was not required of his organization due to its size and explained what an audit was, he said, "I think we have an audit here and there. My bookkeeper says we have a foundation audit coming up. We have a 5150 audit coming up. We get audited. I know that." He didn't know that, he said, what he had to in order to close a sale. Eve circled the discussion back to the offensive and stigma-promoting name and told more stories gleaned from the 5150 campaign. Carlos told us he appreciated our stories and the company has done stuff because of what has developed. He said they are launching a new website and it will not mention anything about California Code 5150. They are coming out with new cans removing the definition of 5150. He said they are trying to be sensitive. We made some changes, he said. I just want to share that. I changed course once again, bringing up the fact that Race for Autism is trademarked by the Foundation for Autism Research, who sent his foundation a cease and desist letter in 2014 with respect to their use of it and asked for his response. I had already been in touch with the founder and president at INFAR and knew no response was received to the letter. Carlos blamed the situation on the attorney filing the paperwork for the trademark. Carlos blamed the situation on the attorney filing the paperwork for the trademark. He did indeed apply for the trademark before INFAR, but his attorney failed to follow through and it was registered by someone else. I did get the email or the letter, and I think I responded, but once again, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not trying to change anybody. I hope they're doing good. We're doing good. I don't see any reason not to continue. Eve again pled the case against the name and asked him if he would consider changing the name and slogan. Carlos replied, "I believe that we can all be greater. We can all be more. And to me, that's what expression means. It means to make a difference, so that's who I am. So to change the name, there's no other name. That's me. That's my logo. I'm not in the energy business to be in the energy business. I don't need money. So change the name. Change the name to what? I am what I am. Move your toes. This is how I walk." He changed the subject to bring up another program of the foundation, Gloves Not Drugs. It's an after-school boxing program for at-risk youth currently in a few cities, all in gyms named 5150. He told us he wants to be up and down all California. He wants to spread to other states. I asked him if he was going to name all the gyms 5150. He replied that the brand is a positive brand. He added that they do a good job in the community and they need to do more. With scantily clad 5150 girls who are ever present at 5150 events in mind, I asked them exactly how do the 5150 girls promote his good work in the community. Carlos said, to gain fans, to gain followers. He added the non sequitur. Can I say that right? I don't know. We own our own NASCAR team. We own our own Supercross team. We want people of all ages, and we do what we need to do to get that message out there. We do everything with respect. We don't do it with disrespect to anyone. A positive brand. We do it with respect. Further post-meeting research found a video produced by the Energy Drinks brand manager of the 6th annual Rock and Ride for Autism event with the musical score by the Moonshine Bandits, who are officially sponsored by 5150. Lyrics include such gems as, "'Cause I came here tonight to get my rocks off, my crew's gonna get the girls to get their tops off, I ain't gonna stop till my face hits the ground, girls on the pole, girls in the cage. Back in high school, I had a bottle in my locker, straight from the cradle, it'd been off my rocker." Clips in the video include dancing children at the event. I told him that his company could get away with the name and slogan now because it's a regional company. But if a Coca-Cola came out with a similarly offensive name, it would be yanked faster than you can say New Coke. Then I reiterated all our issues with the company, the lack of transparency between the two organizations. The benefit that 5150 gains from marketing its goodness is greater than the benefit received by the community. I don't know if I said that right. Let's see. Try again. I told him that the company could get away with the name and slogan now because it is a regional company. But if Coca-Cola came out with a similarly offensive name, it would be yanked faster than you could say New Coke. That's funny, huh? And then I reiterated all our issues with the company, the lack of transparency between the two organizations, the benefit that 5150 gains from marketing its goodness is greater than a benefit received by the community. I brought up that his recently expanded program to donate $500 per family with children who have autism would only help 90 if his full 2013 autism expense allocation was spent for this purpose. 90 families in 9 counties is not creating an impact for how much it has been promoted. The meeting ended abruptly. Okay, I'll try it again. The meeting ended abruptly at an impasse. Changing wording on the back of a can that still has a front which means involuntary psychiatric hold, live the madness, is simply not enough. This is where the conflict of interest concerns rears its ugly head. Carlos is the president of the foundation and the CEO of the company. He says that 5150 is his identity and there's no way to change the name. If the energy drink company was truly created to fund the foundation, why does its branding have to be a machine of self-identification? There's an adage about the joy in doing a kindness anonymously and having it discovered by accident. To see Carlos as the embodiment of the opposite, see the full 1,300-word text of his 2011 self-promotion hotrod.com letter, which coincides with the launch of his energy drink below. You can find the articles there.